Welcome to Crescent City with your hosts Natalie Jean and Jackie Zabrowski. It's probably going to be difficult for you to navigate the episode.
Well, are we immersing people in the story or are we not?
I guess we are.
You still don't know what I am, though.
No, but I know that you're going to get it!
Well, good thing I brought my knife.
For those not watching the YouTube, I did just attack Natalie with lightning. And it
kind of like a whip.
Yeah,
Did
it's
whip
very
me.
scary. You did get whipped, and I apologize if I attacked too furiously, but I'm out of control.
No, it was good. It was a surprise attack. I did not know that was coming.
Good. I'm glad. I kept the lightning underneath the table for that exact reason.
That's why.
You know,
you're a professional.
Thank you. But your knife again, immersive.
Yeah,
I think it's good to keep everybody feeling threatened throughout an episode.
That does allude to who I might be.
Maybe it's because, you've been reading too much into the Mormon world. Maybe is a spun coming through?
You think this has something to do with Mormonism?
Yes. I'm going to assume maybe it has something to do with their
you think there's
religion
a knife-wielding robot?
I've heard some interesting things that they believe over there, Natalie.
That's true, but I don't think robotics existed at the time is the only issue.
They write it in. There's no updates.
Well, they're not supposed to really update it because it's supposed to be Joseph Smith's his discussions with the Lord.
I think he needs more child brides.
That is a lot of people's opinions.
Are you a child bride?
Yes, this is definitely.
Is this what happens to the inside of the brain of a child bride?
Actually, probably. Yeah. I think actually that could
if
be.
I could just become a robot, I'll slice them all.
Yeah, I do think that might be, unfortunately, a little too real.
Yeah. But we like to keep it scary in here, and I am scared of you.
I hope. If you were attracted to me now, I would have questions for you.
I mean, I am a monster fucker. You're just not my type of monster.
I guess you could call me a monster. You're going to figure out who I am, don't worry.
I'm sure I will figure it out. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, the robot with the knife hand. That robot. Oh, the mech suit.
Yes.
You are just a mech suit.
Yes.
I got it. You are a murder robot. Technically, you did a great job. You did a wonderful job, and I'm sorry I attacked you with lightning. You are a mech suit, and technically, you would have pulverized me.
I mean, it's fair to attack me, though.
I am Hunt, so I gotta come after you with something.
I'm gonna take off my robot armor.
Natalie, I am disillusioned. I don't know who you mech who.
I've got a disgusting flesh hand under here.
Well, then you know where I'm sending my. You know
oh
where
God!
I'm gonna send it. You know
my
where I'm
eye!
sending it. Yeah, I like it because there's a bunch of open drinks and a bunch of technology close to me.
Yeah, so many
yeah,
things.
and I love how scared Adam's getting with where I'm gonna put my lightning.
You are giving like a queer women in wrestling character.
Thank you. Oh my God, I am. I'm Glow Hunt. Thanks. Honestly, there was missing a lightning ass bitch in Glow. So, or you could be like a storm.
A lightning ass bitch is always missing.
Yeah. And these wings, I will say, I forgot my wings, and we just had these wings upstairs. These have become
they don't stay on
so busted.
Yeah. They
they're
go
not
sideways.
They're not going to be forever.
We really go through wings in this office.
Destroy them.
Not just us.
And also,
all kinds of shows.
Wings are more expensive than you'd expect.
Well, they're kind of you could like.
What is it? A specialty item?
Well, yes, but like
racism.
The cheap versions are ripoffs. You could make those with cardboard and glue and feathers.
You're right.
They're definitely a convenience item, which I do all the time. But you could make them for like probably $5 to $10.
Who's got the time? Who's got the verisimilitude?
Oh, we all should stop looking at the internet more and just making wings.
Yeah. Aw. Except if you're only making wings for yourself, I imagine at some point your partner would come in and be like, "Do you want to talk about this?"
Maybe not at my house.
I need more wings, baby. I need to fly.
I don't know if you'd even notice.
If you were just making wings all the time, man,
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Oh yeah,
Yep.
I noticed more feathers, but I wasn't gonna ask."
Yep. That's
Keep them in the dark.
That's a little look into our fun little house that we have.
Do you need me to oil you? Thank you.
But technically we're enemies, so you shouldn't oil me.
I'm trying to be nice. Maybe if I could befriend you, I can change your technology.
Murder bots cannot friend.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to say. I guess I'm gonna ride the lightning.
Oh God, Jesus!
Ride the lightning.
Ow! You excited with your lightnings?
Yep.
I'm so excited to see them over and over again. Really
Yeah.
close
What,
proximity to you.
No, there's no way I'm gonna do it again.
Chapter. That is a good. Oh, he gets like a lightning
Lightning
erection.
cock. Yeah.
Aw, that's cute.
Man, imagine if you could zap that dick though. Fucking make it like it's like in the way that like
I think he does.
and then he zaps it into. I mean, not in this scene. I want him to zap it into her.
Maybe he does. We don't
Maybe
know.
does.
He ain't in
You're
there.
right. Let's jump in.
Chapter 43 is with Hunt's POV.
Yeah,
we
right
have
now I'm just nipple top. Right now I'm not lightning. I'm just nipple.
you have to choose one or the other.
Also, look at my nipples and how good they look. And I will say, I flashed Henry in the staircase, and I went, "Nipples at work," and Henry was like, "Oh!" Like I legitimately thought I was about to throw up, and it was like when we were on the stairs, and he almost fell down the stairs. It was pretty funny.
Well, technically correct response from a brother
Nipples at work and a boss.
and a boss. Yes.
Nipples at work. We
That
keep
is
them at home.
The correct response is to almost die in an accident going down the stairs.
Worth it.
So we're with Hunt POV, and he is just teleported in with the others because that's right, it's infiltration day on the Coronal Islands. More specifically, Idra Island, which is a reference to a Greek island. He, along with Rune and Bryce, have been brought here by Cormac, whose teleportation abilities have limits, and each person has to be brought sort of like lily pad style, where like he has to take like a big breath and then like take them this far, and then they have to take a minute, and then they have to go this far. Which to me, that makes teleportation much more interesting, because if you just do this blanket statement of like you can just zip and zop around, it's like, well, then how would anybody not
have any problems?
Right,
You know? You'd
like-
be zipping and zopping everywhere. It must take mental and physical
Yeah.
strain.
Yeah. And so
it must.
it's
everyone.
limited. It's limited. Otherwise, it's just like a finite thing where it doesn't add anything to the environment or the story. But so he is like taking them all to this island, and each jump is draining Cormac of power and energy. By the end, Cormac is barely standing, and the other three are fighting through, quote, air sickness, which seems to rival seasickness. The quick movements must rock the brains of even powerful veneer. So I do want to be able to teleport, but I do imagine it must scramble your guts a little bit.
I mean, it does always. It's kind of what, one of the few things that I don't want to bring up about Harry Potter, but I did always love like the splinching thing. I like the idea that like you could be like just ripped in half.
I do
while
mention
you're
that.
teleporting.
I do mention.
Do you really?
Yes.
Uh-oh, Splinch sisters.
Splinch sisters. So Cormac, practically fainting, tells them he'd return after he does something unspecified, and leaves the three teleported into a cave nearby where Ophion's hiding spot is. So they're sort of just like in the wings watching as Ophion unloads these suits like this that look probably pretty close to this.
Like, is that Ronald McDonald? No. He's made out of metal? Is he made out of hamburgers? I don't know. I don't want to cut into him.
I mean, you don't want to.
Or do I?
You gotta find out what's underneath the foil.
Come here, Ronald.
Interesting. You see Ronald. I guess the makeup.
It's the makeup. Yeah.
But it's like an old timey black and white.
Yeah,
Ronald
like
McDonald.
like one of the
like a real
Harlequin
scary one.
clown?
Like hello.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hello, children.
Yeah. No, you have no lips.
Would
in
you like to
this.
come into my hamburger shop? Come inside.
Are you?
I have a pit filled with balls.
Oh, wow. I mean, are there hypodermic needles in there? Because count me in.
I mean, I love a ball pit. I'll go in. I don't care.
You never wanted to kiss the Hamburglar? That big mouth, what it do? Ain't just for fries no more.
I've never considered that the Hamburglar has genitals before.
I imagine he licks from side to side as well as up and down.
Ugh.
Which I guess any tongue can do, but like think of how much more because it's like hamburger style, you know?
Are you talking about the one, the hamburger head?
Yeah.
I thought Hamburglar didn't have a hamburger head. Hang on.
Oh, God, this is where we get down to the brass tacks. Hamburger, head, McDonald's.
Okay, so the hamburger head is Officer Big Mac.
Oh, my God, I've been wanting to kiss a police officer this entire time. No!
Uh-oh.
What that mouth do? You're right. Natalie, thank you. Thank God we're talking about this. I don't want to fuck the Hamburglar, but I don't want to fuck this police officer burger either.
You know,
What's a girl to do? Be a fucking grim fucker? Only the St. Patrick's Day one, though.
Grim what now? Wait, Grimace. Mac tonight. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a random one. The Mac tonight is a moonhead. Okay, we have to talk about this.
But have you looked at the St. Patrick's Day? Uncle O'Grimacy, that's what his name is.
God.
Mayor
Mayor
McCheese!
McCheese. Thank
That's
you,
who I was
Adam.
thinking of. Thank you! Adam coming fucking through. Thank you, Mayor McCheese. And I'd say, Mayor McSqueeze me on that dick.
Okay, yeah, there's Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese is
Here,
the
check
one
him
for
out.
me. Yep, he's the one for me. He's the one I'm going after because I go after government officials. Anyone that can give me more power, anyone that can give me more stance in this community. I'm looking at you, Mayor McCheese. And will you please give these a squeeze my nipples?
Oh my God. Okay, we have to talk about this.
We're talking about the oh my wings. Oh my wings. Oh my wings.
Okay, so anyway,
We're talking about the
Anyway,
back in the
we
chapter.
are, Cormac is going off to a hiding spot. Tharian says he shouldn't have eaten breakfast, which is for me, if I get nauseated and sick if I don't eat food. But I guess that I'm weird.
God, you're
for
not
that.
like the
I'm
other
not like the other
girls.
girls. Hunt is doubly grumpy thinking about back on that morning how he'd arrived back at Bryce's apartment from the barracks because remember he's being freed from his punishment.
And I wasn't even jerking off or nothing, and you got to get my balls not being blue.
That is something that women love and are very wet.
Give me
about.
suck.
Yeah, women love when their boyfriends turn into like little whiny little toddlers,
God, you know,
asking for
something
a
for
nip.
everybody out there.
So they meet up in that morning right before they're all about to leave, and he's grumpy like that because he arrived only moments before Tharian did. So basically, they had like a couple seconds of almost hooking up, like direct, like in the kitchen, and then Tharian walks in like, "Hey."
God, they want it so bad.
They do. From their vantage in the cave where they are now, they're able to peer across the way towards the ships that are covertly offloading the hull from the spine.
Okay.
Cormac apparently has teleported over there to get some intel. So he's basically, because he is supposed to be there. He can be there. He's with Ophion. He's a known spy for them. And the other ones are kind of having to like wait back in the shadows. And Hunt spots him pop back into the cave. Looking at him, Hunt wonders how Cormac is going to get them all off of the island because he is not doing well. He needs like rest. He's obviously weakened significantly from the trip there. But no matter, Cormac has other bad news. Pippa Spetsos has already taken this mission over, which was the last thing that they wanted.
Oh, it's like this bitch. It's like, don't you have enough to do? Stop taking other things on.
Do you want her to have this kind of power? Like, do you want her to have me in her corner? No. No.
I mean, if you came at me with a knife, I would be very scared.
Yeah.
Whatever this, the
Yep.
face. It's the face. It's
Yep.
really, which usually I'm not scared of your face.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh no, your head.
I kind of have a little bit of a crow makeup face.
That's what, between these wings and that face, yeah, we're a moida over here.
Yeah, where murder grows. She has convinced all of the other leaders of Ophion that she is the right one to handle these suits, and now she has these horrific bioweapons in her hands. So we're about to find out they're bioweapons. How much better is that than the Asteri? So Pippa is a mad person. Is it any better than the Asteri? Maybe a tiny, teeny bit.
It's almost like anyone that wants that amount of power is probably bad.
That's why the Mayor McCheese was the right mayor.
Right.
The mayor McCheese just wanted to be a hamburger.
Yeah.
But instead,
It was him.
he became a hero.
Yeah, he had to take that role on. And honestly, that's why I'm going to be chewing on them pickles. If that's what he wants.
With his consent. Therian curses when Cormac shuts down the idea of trying to isolate Pippa for questioning. He also tells them he couldn't risk asking about Emil or Sophie without raising suspicion. So, yeah, basically, if they try too much to push for information, homegirl is not new to the rodeo. She is diabolical herself. She's going to know if you're messing about.
Mm-hmm.
And she's likely becoming more paranoid the further she goes into madness and power, which is oft the case with megalomaniac leaders and bitches. Cormac leads them closer, and they watch as humans in the old-style mech suits carry huge crates containing the new veneer mech suits.
So you're the new veneer one.
Yeah, I'm the better one.
Okay, that's why the face. Okay.
Yeah. So they're watching. So they're basically using the old mech suits to lift the new ones up, which is pretty cute.
Aw, it's like a cute version of Human Centipede.
It is. So they're watching from the cave all this happening, and Hunt tells them he's describing the suits as he sees them. So the ones the humans are wearing right now to lift stuff up, he's like, these are military. They shouldn't be using them for this, but they have 12 guns on them. They're called 12 gunners. This is why mine has extra guns on it too.
Oh, is that what those were? Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew that they were guns, obviously. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. But they don't need 12 guns on these new ones. They only need 2 because of all of the new technology on them.
Whoa.
They are actually meant for war, but they're also handy to lift stuff up, which, yeah, fair. The suits are rusty with age, and Hunt points out that that's because the Asteri has managed to blow up multiple spots containing the human mech suit exoskeletons. And so there are fewer and fewer remaining operable, hence the reason they want to take the Asteri's technology. Cormac reveals that the way this crew is going to get in and see Pippa is using Hunt as a mech expert to assist Ophion. So essentially Cormac went in and went, I know this dude. He knows all about robots.
And he's a mechspert. And yeah, I did make the word shorter.
I liked it. To assist Ophion in explaining, the tech of the new suit. So in essence, they are now expected instead of hiding in the shadows. Now they have an excuse to be there, kind of. Hunt is trying his best not to panic about officially aiding Ophion as a sitting member of the Ox, because he is getting deeper and deeper in shit river. So even if it's for ulterior purposes, he's now going to be spotted by dozens of people here being a rebel, whether or not he's doing it for the cause or not. And then they spot the brown-haired, freckled human woman making her way towards them, where they stand by the boat that was holding the suits moments ago.
From the way Cormac tensed, Hunt knew who it was. He noted that she wore the uniform of the Lightfall Squadron. All the rebels who'd gone by had worn armbands with the sinking sun emblem.
So the Lightfall Squadron is the deadliest one, of course, and this means that they are ready to do a bunch of murders with these suits. Pippa doesn't bother with greetings, simply orders Cormac to open the crate and tells Hunt she is awaiting his analysis. She calls him...
My nails is your bitch.
Whoa.
What?
I don't think that's a good idea to do that.
All right, he's not going to say that.
You should hold it back.
All right.
Make it an inside thought.
Or maybe I should make it like a better insult, because I feel like if she were called a bitch, she'd be like, And?
She's like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm the head of a
Obviously.
rebel organization, so yeah, I guess.
Congratulations. So she calls him Umbra Immortus in their greeting, likely to make it known she knows who and what he is. Always threatening, always scheming. She notes the way that they are looking at her and smirks at Cormac, accuses him of turning them against her. She's like, oh, you telling them bad stories about me, Cormac. She then dresses them all down, calls them out on their plans. She guesses pretty accurately. So Pippa's already kind of on their ass. She doesn't know everything, but she's like, oh, you're just trying to take these suits away from me. You want to control them instead of me, don't you?
And they're like, wait, what?
And
Yeah,
that
us?
and they also want to shake her down for info about a meal.
No.
A meal?
Who?
Meal? I don't know.
Thunderbird bitch is what? Oh, you wouldn't even say what because you're not a Thunderbird bitch? Okay, fine.
But Pippa thinks that they also want him for a weapon. So they don't know all of the reasons they want a meal. She basically only
knows.
thinks in war terms. So she thinks that they want a meal for a weapon to take away from her. Therian accuses her of torturing the people whose bodies he'd found. So basically Therian accuses her of being the one who murdered all of the people that he had to go clean up after.
She goes, oopsie poopsie.
She actually says, I didn't do it. But
Sorry,
that
she
is
goes
another.
like, it wasn't me.
It wasn't
I would keep going, but we've got an episode to get to.
And she sneers at them for acting like they're any better than her. She's like, you all kill people too. So what is your even deal problem? Okay. She leaves a cryptic accusation at the end. She
shook her head in mock sympathy.
You're too coiled up in your own snake's nest to see the truth or to see who among you has a forked tongue.
Is she accusing
Snake.
back-breaking?
Snake.
Snake in the grass. Show yourself.
Who is it? We don't know. Does she know something we don't? Or is she just being an old bitch? I don't know. Don't know. She throws out a few more barbs as the crate is open and then again tells Hunt to go do his work. Go look at them. This is why you're here, dum-dum. Go look. He walks toward them and quickly grimaces.
Like Uncle O'Grimacy.
Just like that. He turns purple. His mouth gets huge.
Like turns green.
Turns
the
green.
St. Patrick's Day version. Natalie.
Green one, yes. He's heard about this as a theory. So he knows from back in the day when he was with Sandrill, they had talked about the kind of technology he's realizing that these mech suits have. Pippa asks if they can be better than the ones that they currently have she's like, these like new mech suits are tiny and so like sexy and feminine and petite.
Oh, it's what we're always looking for in our robots. Thank you.
And she's like, our old mech suits are bigger. How can these little tiny, cute, adorable, sexy new ones be better? And Hunt has bad news for her and everyone. It don't matter the size because these new mech suits have Gorzian stone embedded in the interior and exterior.
That sucks, Natalie.
It does suck. And that's bad news for everybody. So this is the thing that Hunt heard discussed by some of the angels in the past. They were trying to figure out a way to... The Asteri were attempting to come up with a way for the stone to be used to pull in power from the very ground. And that when it's taken up into the stone, it can be used to project first light, aka brimstone missiles. So essentially you're going to the ley lines where all of the first light is being sucked through the ground.
Okay.
And then you connect the stones in the suit to the electricity, which gets sucked up into the machine. And then you can manifest all of that energy into a bomb.
Whoa. All right. Sounds scary.
Yeah, sure. It does sound scary. I don't like it. Bryce sees the hunger in Pippa's eyes and exclaims that this tech will clearly just kill infinite people. Like it's not a war weapon. That's why the big war weapons are scary because like this is just like everybody.
It's a massacre. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this is just pure rage and hate and like there's no whatever. It's disgusting, you know? So Pippa doesn't want to hear it. She's already justified it in her head that it will be a good thing, like all warmongers end up doing. They watch as Pippa laughs unhingedly and mumbles to herself.
It's like, Pippa, some time off.
She's very excited. And she mumbles to herself, villain style, that these will show the veneer how people suffer.
You need to get laid. I
don't
think
know. She needs to get put into a padded room or something.
Masturbate her. Give her
Maybe.
a lobotomy.
Yep.
God, again, we all
please,
wish
all
for.
of them. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, that's backing away slowly. Hunt tells her that this will only lead to destruction, and she goes into her villain diatribe. What is a gun but a killing machine? And she's not wrong. What are you, veneer? That's what she sounds like to me. She sounds like as bad as like all of the bad people she's trying to save people from or whatever. She's lost the entire plot. She's not there to save and protect. She's there to destroy.
No, it's main character syndrome. And it's like, Pips, nobody's even thinking about you.
Let me adjust my gun here for a second.
Let me adjust my gun. More. Oh,
You're just filled with song today.
Thank you.
What do you... Rune turns to Hunt and asks if Ophion would be able to use them. Hunt says no one should use them ever. He tells Cormac that he should track down the scientists and destroy them, the plans, all of it. Although, it's like, then who's not a monster at that point?
Who watches the Watchmen, all that,
I am become death.
Oh, yeah.
However, Pippa tells them that the veneer have asked for everything that's coming for them. Bryce tries to insert asking about Emil into the argument, calling him the, quote, poor boy that she tormented. So she's like, Pippa, where's this poor kid that you obviously don't give a shit about life or, alive or dead? And Pippa just laughs. She tells them that Emil isn't some weak little baby that they make him out to be, that he is actually quite powerful. But he's like 10, so it is fair to call him a baby. She further tells them that he's in a place that even Ophion doesn't want to tread. He's fine. And she also doesn't give a care about him anymore because she only wanted him for his thunderbirding, and they have these apoca suits now. And she raises her eye line to the ship deck where all of the suits had been pulled off from. And there's still a handful of crew visible, their backs to Hunt, and the gang below.
5 mare, 2 shifter types. None in an Ophion uniform. Rebel sympathizers, then, who'd likely volunteered their boat and services to the cause. They raised their hands.
Hunt asks what the fuck she is doing, and then Pippa raises her arm in a signal.
Guns cracked. Blood sprayed, and Hunt flung out a wing, shading Bryce from the mist of red. The veneer crumpled, and Rune and Cormac began shouting, but Hunt watched, frozen, as the Lightfall squadron on deck approached the fallen crew, pumping their heads full of bullets.
So she just committed a bunch of murders. Specifically, even when there's like a justification where they call it like it's war or whatever, those were allies.
Yeah, they were like helping you out, you bitch.
So that would even in stupid war terms be considered murder.
But she sees them as peons, so it's not murder.
But it is.
It's just cleaning up the bugs, Natalie.
And it's like really effed up because they all put themselves on the line to help the rebels and then they just kill them. But okay. So killing anyone is messed up, but she's out here straight murdering allies. Cormac gets in her face. Obviously, Cormac didn't know this was going to happen. It reminds her that these veneer would be helping and be unharmed, according to her. That was why they agreed to help. She sort of just shrugged emojis and says, hey, this is war and they can't risk being sold out, blah, 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 blah. I think she just likes killing. I guess the veneer in front of her are too powerful to kill off without hell raining down on them because, like, it's the Umbra Mortis, it's the Fae Princess, all this stuff. She can't just, like, shoot them as much as she probably would like to.
I bet she even hates listening to them if she can't even shoot them.
Yeah, waste my time.
Sucks.
Much. She also tells them that she was simply following orders for the mysterious command, whomever that might be, which you never want to hear people say. She checks her phone as they all gape at her, having witnessed a mass execution moments ago. Pippa lets out a whistle.
And everyone's just like, cool, wow,
like,
yeah, that's just a heat, huh? She's just gonna do that,
just
right?
another day, I guess. Pippa lets out a whistle, and all of the nearby Ophion members follow her as she reportedly goes to check in with her superiors, leaving the gang on the portway. They regroup, the others telling Therian that if he tries to interrogate Pippa now, that she's in charge of these weapons, that the Blue Court will be asking for trouble. So if he does try to interfere, they have, mother of all bomb bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
and you can't go against that.
No, it'd be a
Even
bad
if
idea.
You're just veneer.
They all agree that helping Ophion do whatever they are plotting with these suits is not something they're willing to do. Even if they are sympathetic to the plight of humans, it's crystal clear that Lightfall will take lives with no discretion. They worry that Pippa will sack the entire city of Lunathian. Hunt says that he's going to trust Bryce to come up with some way to get this warning to the governing bodies in Lunathian without them being implicated. She thinks about it and announces that also they can't let Lightfall have access to these suits. So not only is she going to warn the others that they have to destroy these mech suits, Hunt agrees. He watches her and they have a wordless conversation. Understanding they are on the same page, Bryce says, "Light it up, Hunt."
Baby, what? Cormac whirled.
What are you?
Hunt didn't give the prince time to finish before he laid a hand on the suit and blasted it apart with his lightning! I'm a lightning as you bitch! I'm a lightning as you bitch! Fuck you, bitch! I'm on a lightning as you bitch!
Does that mean I can take some of this off?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can take some of the guns out. I definitely took out like all of your guns, so you can take them all off.
I think the only thing actually I can't take off is this because
you're taped in.
Taped in.
This is great. I love my lightning. I do want to. I feel like he should be yelling "Ride the lightning," or does that take away from his lightning powers? I don't know. But I feel like if I had lightning powers, I'd also. How do you stop screaming "Ride the lightning" when you attack someone with your lightning?
I think.
I mean, do you see my chest? I'm lightning. I'm all lightning.
I think you just go into a fugue state.
Oh, fugue state. That is what it's called. Would call it.
Yep, that's right. Perfect.
Thank you.
And it looks like the gang's at it again. We cut to Bryce's POV in this moment. In a matter of seconds, Hunt has shattered the biomech suits with his lightning blast.
Want me to do it again?
No! He takes out the transpo vehicles nearby, too. So he has just, like, ripped a new one for Ophion.
I'm like all kinds of lightning right now.
Yeah. As much danger as they are in, Bryce is sort of entranced watching his power. Cormac screams that there are brimstone missiles on the trucks he's exploding. But Hunt just grins and says, "Just the one over there I didn't blow up, because I can tell which ones have the explosions."
Whoa, because he's like made of lightning, but he's also in control of the situation. He's not even like losing control.
Yeah.
It is hot.
It is. He's used his history of warfare to somehow figure out where the explosives are. He shouts for Therian to take over for that one.
Therian grinned back, pure predator. The male behind the charming mask. A wall of water slammed into the pie truck, sending it toppling over the quay. Therian's power sucked it swiftly and deeply below, and then created a small eddy. Larson, the ham guy, forming an open tunnel to the truck.
Aw, a tiny little Eddie.
Little Eddie came out and went, "Whoa! I'm the biggest baby of Florida. Give me some ham." And he's just like, "We're in the middle of something.
Get out.
Go get us sandwiches or something."
I'm sure that a pie truck is some military term, but I just imagine them just like exploding pies are everywhere. It's just like, there's apple pie all over the place.
It would be great, but especially like on a battlefield, that or maybe you always have a dessert truck at a battlefield, so it gives you something to look forward to.
It's how you get your soldiers to do stuff. And you're like, you go
bring in a food truck.
You're getting froyo.
Whoa!
Toppings bar. Yep.
God, Lord.
So once it's in the water, Hunt lightnings the truck and Therian closes the funnel, essentially detonating the bombs underwater. R.I.P. to the fish close by, I guess.
Yeah, I say. All right, grill them up.
I'm so afraid of my eye getting
I'm
hit.
really trying to not take your eye out.
Thank you. That would put a damper on the day and all of the scheduling things we have to
Yeah,
later.
but we could keep like quoting a Christmas story and that would be fun.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, everyone would love that.
Everyone would love that. Cormac looks on in shock that this is happening, and Bryce is waiting to see how he'll respond to the surprise. Cormac is the only real Ophion member here, and so it's unclear where his priorities lie. Will he turn on them? How will he explain this to Ophion? He starts to scream to the approaching soldiers that it was an accident. Who's going to believe that? He's like, they blew up on it. Oh, whoopsie. We just destroyed all of your arsenal. I tripped. In the thick of chaos, Hunt tells Rune they're piecing out, not waiting for Cormac to decide who he's helping. So is Cormac going to like turn on them? Is Cormac going to try?
Is he the snake? Is he going to be on Ophion's side or is he going to?
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to really gauge. Like he's obviously in for the cause, but trying to support Pippa in this moment would be also really messed up.
Yeah.
So like, what's he going to do? And they're like, we're not going to find out. So Hunt he's going to try to somehow fly out with Rune and Bryce, though I don't know how long it is until they reach another shore or how that would even be possible. Therian says, fuck it. I'm not going to try to intercept Pippa at this point and try to figure out where Emil is. I mean, I think we're a little past that right now.
Yeah.
As all hell breaks loose. Presumably, he'd morph and go underwater into his mer body. Before any of this can happen, Bryce watches Cormac raise his arms at the approaching Ophion soldiers, being like, no, guys, look, it's, wait, let me explain. Which, it doesn't matter. She hears a shot ring out, and Cormac collapses to the ground.
Ah!
Moments later, Hunt is watching Cormac grasp his shoulder where the bullet hit and did not exit. He has been shot with a Gorzian bullet. How else will Ophion keep the veneer in check without it? This renders Cormac unable to teleport, no matter the case of where he stands. Hunt realizes that he can't fly out of the cave they've been backed into without being an easy target. So now what, fellas?
All
You
right.
didn't really think this out.
Nope, back against the wall,
Yep.
boys.
Just as Hunt decides he'd take his chances flying them out, Bryce says, close your eyes, boys. She does say that. Bryce blinds the approaching cavalcade with her sun power. They scream. Hunt is almost blinded even with his eyes closed. When she gives the signal, she tells Hunt to go, 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 go. Therian points them towards a nearby boat, and they all dart towards it. As they untie the boat and Therian starts the motor up, Cormac and Bryce begin to scream at one another. Cormac tries to justify Ophion's choices.
In the middle of all this, can we just keep going?
Bryce tells him he's as crazy as they are, and if he thinks that this kind of tactic will bring about anything better than they already have, he's an idiot. She tells him to fuck off. And Therian also, get out of here, Therian. Again, I'm mad at you once again. For good measure, you're out of my life. She doesn't want anything to do with any of their bullshit causes anymore.
Okay, all right. Can we just get out of this situation,
She
Bryce?
needs to
Okay,
do her
I
speech
know.
first.
She's got to say it.
She's furious, but Hunt's kicking his feet in the air and squealing. He's like, yay, we don't have to do this anymore. He's so happy. He didn't want to be a part of any of this in the first place. The boat takes off into the water, leaving behind a fiery ruin of an island and a bunch of recently blinded people by Bryce's breasts. Hunt,
You want me to take my nipples out?
I
You
wish that I
talking
could do
breasts?
that. Man,
God.
that'd be awesome.
But look, you can see how much is that nipple in the corner.
I don't know if we're going to get
Nip.
flagged for this or not.
You don't think so?
I have no idea.
But it's fake.
It's kind of, you can't tell from this angle.
No, you really can't tell from this angle. It's kind of fun.
They don't like to see.
Oh,
you have to scream, I'm a man.
I am a man. I am a man.
Even though they're kind of getting out of the way and everybody's kind of been blinded and they probably can't follow, Hunt still turns back to watch the receding shoreline just to make sure and is greeted with the sight of a sort of familiar-looking dog.
He knew that dog. That particular shade of black. Like the wings it bore in its other form. The hound ran along the cliffs, barking.
I just like I know that dog.
I know that dog. Dog, get out of here. We're in the middle of a battle. No, it's a different dog.
That dog's driving a car.
Whoa! I am impressed, but I feel like we got to be doing other things.
No. So that's right. It's Baxian
Whoa.
once again. And he's pointing with his paw, cute, towards something westward. It seems as though Baxian's trying to help, we think. However, the F, he found them in the first place. Why is Baxian
following
here?
them? Like,
he's always behind them. Also, Hunt, again, not good at tracing him, I guess. So Hunt seems to infer that he's warning to the other. He watches Baxian point. He seems to think that Baxian is warning them not to go in the direction they're going in the boat. He orders Therian to change course. So he trusts Baxian enough to say, like, I'm going to listen to him in this moment. If Baxian's on those cliffs.
Bryce looped an arm through Hunt's and pressed tight. Hunt could think of only one enemy Baxian might be summoned to work alongside.
The hind can't be far away.
It's no good. It is bad. But is Baxian good? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
It seems like he's following them, but we don't know.
We don't know yet. We still don't know what's going on there. So yeah, that huge recap is just the gang into Idra, discovering the mechsuits stolen by Ophion from the Asteri, which contains Gorzian stone in the mechsuits, which Hunt surmises is intended to pull first light from the earth on the ley lines. The power rushes through, which can then be manifested into bombs.
It's a lot.
Pippa's totally crazy. We know this. Shoots Veneer allies in front of them,
Yes.
so she is off the charts.
Bad.
Hunt and Therion destroy the mechsuits, which leads them to flee from the enraged Lightfall squadron heading for Pippa.
Great. On the run.
So chapter 44, Cormac's been shot and he can't get out of the... What? Oh.
Bloop way?
So I wrote, Cormac's been shot and he can't get them out the bloop way, which is the sound effect I thought happens when he teleports.
Ah, bloop.
So he can't take them out no matter what. He
Okay.
accuses Hunt of causing a big enough scene to direct the hind right to them. So basically saying, this is your fault. You blew this up. Now they're going to know where we are.
We're in the middle of a lot. Guys, we got to stop talking in the middle. We'll figure this out later.
I mean, every horror movie ends up with one of these scenes where everybody's like, this is your fault.
This is your fault. This is your fault. And I'm like, I'm riding the lightning. I don't know what to tell you.
You just ride that lightning off into the sunset.
Yeah.
So Bryce jumps in and volunteers to teleport them out. Cormac tells her she will not be able to do that safely. Bryce, we're with her POV in this moment, realizes that when she reacted to begin the teleporting process, she automatically grabbed for Hunt's hand first.
Okay.
And feels, that would be weird, and it feels immense guilt about not choosing Rune first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought it would be weird. It's like, yeah, if you went after his dick and tried to pull him by his dick, that would be uncomfortable.
Many reasons.
Yeah, don't do that. But it makes more sense that she was upset about. She should have saved Rune.
Do you think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
I don't know what you choose. But Hunt is her ride or die, so you got to do it. You know, and she did her natural instinct was to grab for Hunt. And honestly, she should listen to Cormac because there's no way she could safely teleport them. I don't know how it works on this planet, but this is where I was thinking about, but also, what if you end up in a void pocket somewhere because you couldn't finish the teleport, and then you guys are just floating in space for all eternity?
Out on the brain bridge, and then you can't get back.
And you're just stuck there on couches. I wonder if you could just manifest a whole world inside, basically just go comatose, and then you're just inside of your brain and your...
Whoa, yes.
You just build your own world. In the cell.
Yeah, exactly, like in the cell, like in Ready Player One. There's all just let my body atrophy. I'm just ready to live inside of my brain.
Sometimes it's real spooky in there.
Right?
Yeah, or, again, like the series by She Who Will Not Be Named, what if one of your body parts stays behind?
Right. How do you get it back?
What are you going to do? I don't know if Bryce should be trying this right now. Hunt curses at looking at something, and she follows his gaze. The hind and her crew has appeared on the horizon. He tells the others that her MO is to begin firing at the sky with her soldiers because they anticipate the winged to try to escape that way. So essentially, if they try to launch off, they're going to be just immediately shot.
Right.
That means they're left with a water exit. Therian has his binoculars out and tells them that Polox and the Harpy are with her and they had better get the F out of there. In fact, something on the horizon has him screaming for them to jump into the water in that moment. He screams, "Get out of the boat now." Bryce knows better than to argue when that tone appears, and she and the boys drop into the sea.
The others followed. Therian used his water magic to propel them a safe distance away, a wave of power that had Bryce sputtering as she emerged, salt stinging her eyes. Right as something massive and glowing shot beneath her legs. "His dick! Ride the lightning!"
Oh.
It's not.
Torpedoes
it's
are
just a
sort of
torpedo.
phallic. That's
Yeah.
true. So a torpedo has been shot off. I don't know what you'd say about that.
Yeah.
It goes,
Exploded out.
it barrels towards them, right where they were floating moments ago. Essentially, a torpedo was shot at the boat. It is blasted into smithereens, leaving the group treading water with no land nearby. Thankfully, Therian was able to get them out of the way. Otherwise, they'd be chum in the water. If that wasn't already crap enough, they realized that 3 massive Omega boats are headed right their way. We cut over to Rune's POV as they watch 2 of the Omega boats head to the Yidra, presumably to take care of Ophion members. So one boat is only, one's enough. One Omega boat towards them is plenty because the other 2 are doing the other stuff. They quickly assess.
They got the Omega boats. They got the mech suits. It's just, they have so much.
Everyone's mad at them right now.
Yikes.
They quickly assess plans and conclude the best bet that they have is to blind the members of the Omega boat with Bryce's starlight and capture it when they cannot see. So that quickly becomes a no-go when they watch a wave skimmer detach from the bigger ship carrying none other than the Hind.
Get out of here. Oh no, your head fell off. I didn't even realize your head fell off.
Oh, it's been.
Wow.
That was when you blew me up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for, keeping it real.
Yeah. It's definitely not because I didn't want to balance it on my head anymore.
No.
So the Hind, we have the Hind, and she is arriving. They regroup, and Hunt tells Bryce to still blind her at the right moment. They watch helplessly as she nears. Not too close, but close enough to talk to them. She does her villain-style talk where she, leans over her, knees.
Another villain thing, and we're just like, they gotta be the most villain they can be.
She toys with them, savoring breaking down all the ways that they're screwed. She looks at Rune, and his body fills with rage. He hopes he can get there before the others because he'd like to personally rip out her throat. She laughs and ponders how humiliating it will be for the Fae to learn that 2 of their princes are traitors to the crown. Hunt speaks back, Rune noticing nervously that lightning begins to crackle over him, even though Hunt has already pointed out that he can't shoot electricity while they're on the water, for reasons you might understand.
Uh-oh, bathing toaster.
Yep. He almost doesn't seem to notice that he's building up lightning around him as though it's like a reactionary thing. It gets even more intense when the Hind reaches into her pocket. So she is now, we're in a world where the Hind has found out that they are a part of some kind of funny business. They're trapped. They are literally floating in the water. And there we go. Okay. Oh, I like it.
Thank
That's
you.
Good. So now they're floating in the water. She has caught them fish in a barrel, I guess, in a way. And so Hunt seems to be his body seems to be reacting on a survival method, maybe?
Yeah, like a toaster strudel.
Like a toaster strudel.
I feel like a toaster strudel.
Man, I ate a lot of those growing up.
Dude, yeah, put some frosting on it.
That frosting was good.
I'd always suck it right out of the package, though.
I'm hungry.
Sorry, I can't do anything about it. Have some more coffee.
Yeah, that's what I do now. It gets even more intense when the Hind, she reaches into her pocket during this. Hunt clearly expects a weapon and his lightning intensifies. Instead, oh, I hear the lightning.
Oh, it's like I am an angel. Every time I want a bed of rings, an angel gets its wings. I already had wings. You fucking little girl.
So you mad at the little girl now?
Yeah.
Okay. She probably deserves it. Who knows? She's probably done some horrible thing, that little girl.
Guaranteed.
Instead of a weapon, the hind curiously pulls out a white stone. One that we, the readers, have seen before.
She smiled slightly at Cormac.
I showed one of these to Sophie Renast before she died, you know. Made this same demonstration. They all come to realize that their suspicions were correct. The hind has disposed of Sophie. And it really seems that she is, in fact, dead. Poor Cormac. He's had a hard day.
Sucks, man.
Cormac screams, but she only laughs softly. She drops the stone just like with Sophie, like we saw at the beginning of the book, and then turns to Bryce and Hunt, suggests they come with her unless they'd like to follow the stone to the bottom of the ocean. Rune nervously watches Hunt's lightning increase, being like, hey, buddy, what are you doing over there? Do you want to talk? So he seemingly at this moment, Hunt's, he seems overcome with rage and maybe fear. They're really up shit creek without a paddle. And it's too bad it's not Schitt's Creek, because that would be wacky.
Yeah, and then Moira Rose would come in.
Be like, oh.
Why you covered in lightning?
That was your Moira Rose.
You know, I've never tried it before, and that's the first thing that came out, so. Oh my God, you don't like me.
Yeah, I can't pull it out right now either. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yes. I'd have to sit and stare at Catherine O'Hara, which
David, is that a baby?
Wow, that's good.
It's not that good, but you do look like you're from the movie.
Thank you. See, I feel like
crows have eyes.
I'm giving more. You're right. I am like the crows have eyes. I thought I was giving more like Catherine O'Hara in Beetlejuice, but
I love that too.
Yeah.
Anyway, in fact, Rune is noticing that Hunt's eyes are now glowing with lightning. Probably not good. Looks like he's going to explode. Tharian curses under his breath, and Rune asks him mind to mind why he did. Tharian reports that something large is now surging towards the surface from the sea below. So another force is coming towards them. They are already being hunted by Ophion, nearly captured by the hind. Who else wants some?
Good Lord. Lightning wraps around Hunt's head. Rune's heart stalled a beat as it lingered, like a crown, making of Hunt an anointed primal god, willing to slaughter any in his path to save the female he loved. He'd fry every single one of them if it meant getting Bryce out alive.
So that leaves Rune, unfortunately, not safe. Yeah, he doesn't kiss Hunt. So he watches Hunt turn to Bryce, who doesn't seem at all afraid of Hunt. They exchange some glance, and then Bryce powers her star. Unfortunately, we cut over to Bryce's POV, and before she can unleash that star, whatever has been ascending from below has reached their paddling feet. In fact, once it gets to them, it keeps rising out of the water, knocking Bryce down with the others as a flat surface pushes them upwards out of the water. After a moment of shock, she assesses where they are. A ship, but not from the Asteri. There is an insignia of two entwined fish on it.
Fish ship.
Fish ship. She looks at Hunt, who has apparently been building up his power to help to beat the hind with Bryce. That's kind of what maybe is happening, although I think it's really he just can't control it. And now he is
I could take a pill for it.
And now he's all built up and getting cocked blocked. He's got blue balls, but there's eyeballs.
Whoa.
And they're white probably, so he's got white
balls.
She tries to calm him, but he can only stare after the hind, who has retreated from whatever this ship is. So it seems like she's not in on whatever's going on here. But all he can think about is killing. Before she can think further on what to do, a voice comes from the hatch of the submarine/boat thing. It's a female voice, and it shouts for them to get down now. Come here and come down. Weighing their options, they decide to follow the orders of this stranger. It's no good up here. Might as well give down there a shot. She seems that either Therian or the ship has sent a wall of water shielding them from the other Triari. So basically where the Hind came from in the Omega boat, a big old water wall has gone up between them and the ship they're on. And it keeps the Triari from seeing what's happening here. Shaking off the dread that the Hind now knows they are rebels, she walks towards the dark-haired female beckoning them. Hunt hesitates but follows Bryce when she makes it clear she's going. Rune, Therian, and Cormac follow suit. Bryce notes that when the buzzing Hunt descends down the metal rungs, his lightning doesn't spark or shock, meaning that even though he's in a state, he's sort of lucid enough to control the lightning and not kill them, at least enough to protect his mate. Bryce hears Rune point out that if this is an Ophion ship, they're basically hostages now. And frankly, I don't know who they wouldn't be hostages for at this point. They're
Everybody hates them.
Enemy number one over here. As they reach the floor, she sees a clean white room filled with myrrh and humanoid form wearing blue uniforms. What the heck?
What?
The lady who has been calling them down looks alarmed at Hunt and makes it clear, trying to diffuse the situation, that they are not here to hurt Bryce and the gang. Hunt just continues to glow and seethe, seemingly unable to control his lightning or energy or anger. He makes little crackle sounds. Hunt just continues.
I mean, he wouldn't be silent if this is happening, right? I feel like there would be some noise coming from the.
I feel like it'd be like zaps. Oh, maybe that. I was thinking more like.
That could work too. Maybe all of it together.
You know, like when a bug gets in a bug zapper.
Yeah,
that's the sounds that I imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn them all into bug dust.
The Mer Lady is like, "You called?" Everyone's confused. What do you mean? You're saying we summoned you? She explains that she thought that they did because the ship's oracle got a call to come to this area, and they simply followed Bryce's starlight that had started to go out when she was about to attack the Hind. This really doesn't clear up too much, but the first impressions are that they are. This Mer woman seems like she's not crazy. She doesn't seem like she's aggressive. So this is more than they can say for anyone else they've interacted with today. And so this seemed better than what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yet Hunt can't calm down. She hears Rune in her head telling her that Hunt was this same way the day he killed Sandriel. He thinks that this is connected by way of Bryce being in danger. So if Hunt goes into this sort of fugue state, like this, Rune is basically saying to Bryce in her mind, I think this has to do with you, he says.
It means that he's going ballistic in the way that only mates can when the other is threatened. It's what happened then, and what's happening now. You're true mates, the way Fae are mates, in your bodies and souls. That's what was different about your scent the other day. Your scents have merged, as they do between Fae mates.
Whoa, wowie, whoa, wow, wow.
Ah!
So they're all mashed up together. Rune tells her to help him get his shit together. Basically, that you need to deal with him, that he's lethal in a dangerous veneer type way. She sends him a mental image of a vulgar gesture in return. Siblings.
Ugh.
But in her own thought,
God, it must suck to have to be the sibling to be like, you guys are like truly fuck joined, man. That's why you stink. And that's why this is all happening. All right, man. I'd be like, I don't want to hear it from you, Henry. I'd love anybody else to tell me.
Yeah, nobody's happy here.
No.
But in her own thought, she's emotionally moved by the idea that Hunt gets to this state for her. And she's also...
Oh, it's hot.
Exhilarated, question mark?
Dude.
that he would move mountains to protect her.
Yeah, I can't stop my lightning from crackling.
It's true. The merlady begins to lead them towards another chamber, a glass hallway like the ones I accidentally made you afraid of, Jackie.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah. She introduces herself as Commander Sendes. Bryce marvels at part of the ship through the glass hallway. So she can they can all, as they're walking through, they can see parts of the ship through this big glass arch thing. And she believes it resembles a squid, the way she can see it. One the size of a skyscraper on its side.
A squid as large as the comitium, and made of glass and matte metal for stealth. Sendes lifted her chin.
Welcome to the Depth Charger, one of the 6 city ships of the Ocean Queen's court beneath. Wow!
Wow.
Okay, so we are with the Ocean Queen.
It's the Ocean Queen, not the River Queen. Okay, but also that's really big. This is like such a show of, a show of being on the same side, of choosing them, but also who summoned them.
Right, exactly. Also, we don't know if they're on their side. We don't know who they
showed up.
They showed up. They don't know why they were summoned.
Who called the oracle?
They don't know nothing. And so in this chapter, they are escaping. They meet up with the Hind. The Hind interrogates them and mocks them. They're about to attack back when this ship has arrived, takes them down, and now they're sort of left to speak with one another to figure out, are we going to be fighting, or where do your loyalty stand? Why are you helping us? And we are, we have these public enemy number 1s on a ship belonging to the Ocean Queen. Friend or foe?
Are they hostages?
Hard to know.